Okay, this is great. This number 87, reduce that down. You would add the 8 to 7, you would get a 15, and then you would add the 1 and 5 to get a single digit, which would become a 6. Now, this is not what you think it is. Synchronicity, a lot of times when people think of synchronicity, they think of coincidences, but it's not the same thing. A coincidence is like something is happenstance, where it's like this random action. Synchronicity is something that is not necessarily random. A synchronicity, a lot of times, is going to be based off of prayers, manifestation work, things that you have done to create this particular outcome. And so everything just comes together. But a big part of synchronicity is having a belief in the fact that there is a higher power that is orchestrating the events in your best interest. Okay, so unlike a coincidence where people think that it's just an accident or random, a synchronicity is almost to look at it as if it were planned, because in essence it is. um, Typically a person is praying, they're manifesting, they don't know how something is going to come about. That is where God and the divine comes in and ushers in the result of work that has been done to bring this into fruition. So the thing about synchronicity and this particular number and color coordination is the fact that it is a joining together of members of two different, like a male and a female, um, like a cooperation and a bringing together of an outcome between a male and female energy, male and female energy. And the reason why I can say that is because what I'm looking at here is the colors on this particular card. And I always like to read these cards with the Orisha based or West African spiritual tradition understanding of the particular numbers and the numbers and colors that corresponds to those particular saints or angels. So the color purple represents Oya. The color red in the center represents Shango. Also, Shango's color is a number 6. Now, what's interesting about this particular combination is it speaks to female and male leadership, but they work in conjunction with each other. So it is said in stories or rikis about these particular two spirits or angels, whatever you want to call them, that Shango actually, when he goes to battle, he doesn't go to battle without Oya. That Oya, which is a female spirit or angel, she's personified in West African Ifa religion and other African-based religion. She's personified as a woman, as a warrior, as the wife of Shango, but she's said to fight like a man. So she goes to battle. When Shango goes to battle, he goes to battle with Oya because she is a strong fighter. So, but it is not just doesn't speak to fighting. It also speaks again to leadership. It's also said that in West Africa, in Oyo, in the kingdom where these two and these stories originate from, that the installation of Shango as the king of the Oyo kingdom, that was pretty much done as a result of Oya. See, so pretty much the kingship, and even in a lot of cultures in Africa, some cultures and traditions, the king, the women are said, there's women that make the king. So in this story, this would fall in line with this particular tradition where it said that Shango, Oya was the assisted with Shango becoming king, and also the fact that they work hand in hand when it comes to battle. It's not that he takes her to feed him or to bandage up his wounds. She is actually fighting right alongside of Shango. So this particular card, just to kind of bring it all together, sometimes the natural order of things will work in the benefit of both parties if both parties can keep their eyes open to how that particular circumstance is unfolding in the benefit of all, and look beyond biases and preconceived notions of putting people or pegging people into particular holes or genders or groups on what can and cannot be done. Because again, in this particular story, Oya is said to fight like a man. Shango does not go to war without her, and also his kingship. A big part of that was the result of Oya. So, thinking of synchronicity and thinking about how do you apply this to your life, synchronicity is not a coincidence. Synchronicity is done from previous work that has been put in towards a desired outcome. But you have to keep your eyes open, because sometimes you may miss it. Sometimes you may dismiss a synchronicity as a coincidence. And when you do that, you actually, sometimes you may be missing out on a blessing, because you're looking for something to show up one way and it shows up another way. And that is actually an answer to a prayer or the result of some manifestation work that you've done. So I'm going to wrap it up with that. Today's numerology reading. I picked this card. The presentation is a little bit different, but I did pick the card and the this particular number the same way that I typically do, which is to shuffle a deck of numerology cards, and then from there I do the reading from there. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me through various social media channels. You can also go to my website, which is lakeishabeeler.com.